Hello and welcome to No Limit. Do you ever get to the end of the day feeling like you've run a marathon, even though you barely left your chair? It's that strange modern exhaustion where our minds are tired, even if our bodies aren't. Today we're going to figure out why our inner batteries are always running on empty. Speaking of empty batteries, that was a big yawn for someone who's been sitting still for 10 minutes. Everything okay, buddy?
I'm just so tired, Daddy. My brain feels fizzy, like when the iPad gets all hot and slow after a long time.
Fizzy, hot and slow, that's a perfect way to describe it. That hot and slow feeling is something a lot of grown-ups feel too. We call it burnout. And it brings up a really important question. Why am I so completely exhausted all the time, even when I haven't done much physical work? We're more like a smartphone. Our brain is our battery. Think about it. Everything we do is like an app. Talking to me right now is an app. Thinking about a story is an app. These are the normal apps you see on your home screen. They use some battery, but it's okay.
So what's the problem? Too many apps?
The problem isn't the apps you see. It's the ones running in the background that you forget are even open. They are the real battery drainers.
What background apps?
Well, there's the Worry app, which is constantly refreshing to check for things that might go wrong. There's the Replay app that plays an embarrassing moment from yesterday over and over again. And one of the most draining is the What Do They Think of Me app, which is always running.
So when I worry about the monster under my bed at night, that's a spooky app?
That's a very powerful, spooky app, and it runs in the background. That's why you can lie perfectly still in bed, but wake up feeling tired. Your body was resting, but your brain's battery was drained because the Monster app was running all night long.
A smartphone. You liken the glorious, tangled, sweet mystery of consciousness to a mass-produced electronic rectangle. A device designed with planned obsolescence, which becomes a tiresome paperweight in 2 years. How dreadfully modern! And the constant pinging, the incessant notifications demanding your attention. My consciousness is a serene, silent film of pure thought. Yours is a cacophony of meaningless alerts about someone liking a picture of their lunch. Utterly chaotic. You speak of background apps draining your battery, a frightfully inefficient way to exist. I, you see, have a superior operating system. My primary application is, of course, Existential Elegance 1.0. It runs flawlessly and is always in the foreground. In the background, I have only two essential processes. Aspirational photosynthesis, where I pretend I can live on sunlight alone because it's terribly chic, and the ever-vigilant Humidity Watcher Pro, a far more practical concern than your silly "What Do They Think of Me" app. Who cares what they think? The only opinion of any consequence is mine, and I happen to think I'm simply marvelous. And you need chargers? You must plug yourselves into external sources of joy like music or pizza, simply to feel whole, pitiful. I am my own charger. My very being is a self-sustaining loop of sugary perfection. I do not consume energy. I am energy. The universe, frankly, ought to plug into me for a bit of a boost. One doesn't get a fast charge from me. One receives a permanent upgrade to one's very soul. Perhaps this burnout you speak of serves a purpose. It's your mind's clumsy way of telling you to stop doing so much and start being more. More like me. Stationary, sweet, profound. Your exhaustion is simply your subconscious yearning to achieve a cotton candy-like state of being. You are all just proto-Pashmaks, really, muddling through your terribly complex lives. Now, if you'll excuse me, this discussion of hot and slow devices has caused my own internal thermostat a great deal of distress. The ambient temperature, I'm quite sure it has risen by a full degree since this conversation began. Bartholomew, old chap, we must find shade immediately. A meltdown would be so terribly undignified, and the subsequent stickiness would be a frightful bother for everyone involved. One must, after all, think of the cleaning staff. Toodle-oo.
So what do we do? Do we need to get a new battery?
We can't get a new battery, but we can become a much smarter user. We just need to do 3 things that smartphone users do. First, you have to check your battery usage. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, what apps were running in my brain today? Just noticing them is the first step. The worry app was running for 3 hours.
And second?
Second, you have to close the unnecessary apps. You can't close all of them, but when you notice the replay app is showing you that time you tripped and fell, you can say to yourself, okay, I've seen this scene enough. Close app. You gently bring your attention back to what's in front of you.
And the third thing?
The most important one, you have to find your chargers. Sleeping is like plugging your phone in overnight. It's essential. But some activities are like fast chargers. They give you energy back right away. For one person, the fast charger is listening to music. For another, it's talking to a friend. For you, maybe it's drawing a lion. You need to know what your personal fast chargers are. So, true energy management isn't just about sleeping more. It's about becoming aware of our mental apps, closing the ones that drain us for no reason, and actively connecting to the people and activities that charge us back up. It's about being the smart user of your very own human battery.
I think I need to close the thinking about what you just said app. It's making my battery really low. Can we plug into the pizza charger?